In this video, you'll see a unique cave system in Japan that was discovered only recently, a dangerous snake show. A distillery that makes alcohol infused with these venomous snakes, traditional Japanese villages, local culture, and what makes Okinawa such a unique island. I'll take you through all of these places while sharing useful information and fun facts that many travelers don't know. We'll start in the caves, where you can easily spend over an hour exploring. And the deeper you go, the more impressive they become. Around every corner, there's something even more breathtaking waiting for you. That's why I personally rank these caves among the top 3 places to visit in Okinawa. But first, let me set the scene. I'm in Okinawa, Japan, and these caves are called Gyokusendo Cave. They're part of the Okinawa World Complex. Despite its name, Okinawa World isn't a typical amusement park. It's actually a collection of fascinating cultural and natural attractions all in one place, and I'll tell you much more about them later in this video. Older than the pyramids and the Roman Empire, yet this hidden gem of Japan wasn't discovered until recently. Gyokusendo Cave has been forming beneath Okinawa for around 300,000 years, yet no one knew it existed until 1967, when it was discovered by an exploration team. It opened to the public in 1972, stretching for about 5 kilometers. It is one of the longest caves in Japan. However, visitors can only access around 890 meters of the cave, which is roughly 17% of its total length. The remaining sections are closed to the public and have only been partially explored. During the summer, it's possible to enter some of these restricted areas on special guided tours led by professional climbing instructors. Fun fact, one of the Godzilla movies was filmed here. Inside the cave, the temperature stays at around 21 to Celsius year-round, with very high humidity, making it a refreshing escape from Okinawa's hot summer weather. During my visit in June, though, it actually felt warmer. I'd estimate the perceived temperature was closer to 25 degrees. The cave is believed to contain more than 1 million stalactites and stalagmites, making it the cave with the highest concentration of these formations in all of Japan and one of the richest cave systems in Asia. These formations grow incredibly slowly. Some stalactites grow by only 1 millimeter every 3 to 5 years, while others grow by about 3 millimeters per year. The breathtaking scenery you see today is the result of hundreds of thousands of years of mineral-rich water dripping continuously through the limestone. Besides its countless stalactites and stalagmites, the cave is also home to underground streams and crystal-clear pools, with small waterfalls in some sections. The sound of flowing water accompanies visitors along almost the entire route. Many of the rock formations resemble dragons, lotus flowers, or animals, and several of them even have their own names. Among the most famous spots are the Blue Grotto, an underground pool that glows with a mysterious blue light when illuminated, and Asia's Grand Hall, a massive chamber large enough to fit a 6-story building. In traditional Okinawan spirituality, caves, rocks, and natural springs held a special place. People believed they were inhabited by ancestral spirits and deities, and many became sacred sites known as utaki. According to ancient beliefs, the path to the sacred world of Nirai Kanai passed through places like these, where the human world meets the underworld. Even today, many locals treat caves and sacred rocks with deep respect, avoiding unnecessary contact or disturbance. This tradition is also the origin of a local belief that if you notice a particular shape in Gyokusendo, it may be a personal message or sign meant specifically for you. If you ever visit, take a moment to slow down, be still, and simply observe your surroundings. Even if you don't discover any obvious sign, the formation that catches your attention the most may reveal something about your current state of mind and perhaps even give you an answer you weren't consciously looking for. Gyokusendo Cave is located in southern Okinawa, about a 30-minute drive from Naha. It is part of the Okinawa World Cultural Complex. You can get here either by car or by bus. Pro tip about the buses: they're modern and clean, but the air conditioning is seriously cold. Come prepared by bringing something like a scarf. A scarf will come in handy as a blanket on the bus, so if you don't want to freeze, mummification is pretty much essential. You'll also appreciate it if the cave feels a bit cold or if it suddenly starts raining, since you can use it as a cover. As I mentioned at the beginning, this isn't an amusement park or a place designed just for kids. It was created to preserve the culture of the former Ryukyu Kingdom while showcasing Okinawa's nature, history, and traditional crafts all in one place. Besides the cave itself, you'll also find the Habu Museum, which features exhibits about Okinawa's venomous Habu snakes. There are also interactive workshops, snake demonstrations, and performances of traditional Okinawan dance. You'll also get to explore Kingdom Village, where traditional crafts and music are brought to life. The village is a reconstruction of a traditional settlement from the Ryukyu Kingdom, built using authentic, historic houses that were relocated from different parts of Okinawa. This kingdom existed from the 15th to the 19th century and was a major trading hub connecting Japan, China, Korea, and SE Asia. This is one of the reasons Okinawa has retained a unique identity that remains noticeably different from the rest of Japan. The Ryukyu Kingdom didn't officially become part of Japan until 1879. Today, local artisans still create traditional crafts using centuries-old techniques, including bingata, traditional textile dyeing, Ryukyu glass, pottery, or handmade paper. This isn't just a museum, many of these crafts are made right in front of visitors, and you can even take part in some of the workshops yourself. Things you'll notice here and all over Okinawa. You'll see Shisa statues sitting on rooftops and fences almost everywhere. Shisa are mythical creatures that look like a featuring of a lion and a dog. Their purpose is to ward off evil spirits, protect the household, and bring good luck. Almost every traditional Okinawan home has its own Shisa. Another distinctive feature is the red-tiled roofs. These iconic clay tiles aren't just beautiful, they're made from local clay and are much better at withstanding the powerful typhoons that regularly hit Okinawa. What is a habu? The habu is a highly venomous pit viper native to Okinawa and is considered one of the island's most dangerous animals. It can grow up to 2 meters long, and its venom is extremely destructive to human tissue. If anti-venom isn't administered quickly, the bite can cause severe muscle damage and may leave permanent impairment in the affected limb. Without treatment, a habu bite can even be fatal, especially for children, older adults, or in cases where a large amount of venom is injected. The good news is that anti-venom is now readily available in nearly all major hospitals across Okinawa. What's especially fascinating, though, is the snake's spiritual significance. In Okinawan tradition, the habu isn't seen as just a dangerous animal, it also symbolizes strength, renewal, longevity, and protection. One of Okinawa's most famous local specialties is habu sake, a traditional rice liquor containing an entire preserved habu snake. Historically, it was believed to enhance vitality, physical strength, and male virility. One of the most well-known attractions used to be the mongoose versus habu show, where audiences eagerly watched to see which animal would defeat the other. Many people assume that the mongoose is the habu's natural enemy, but that's actually a myth. Mongooses were introduced to Okinawa from India in 1910 in an attempt to reduce the snake population. The experiment largely failed, however, because the mongooses preferred hunting rare native birds rather than habu snakes, eventually becoming an invasive species themselves. As you can see in this video, the snake show has several different parts. The host with her wildly oversaturated enthusiasm, which honestly feels a little out of place for a snake show, but is actually very typical of Japanese entertainment, demonstrates all kinds of tricks with the snakes. You'll also see a life or death showdown, where both the snake and the mongoose make it out alive. Everything you see in this video is located just 30 minutes from Naha, home to Okinawa's main airport, where many tourists spend their entire trip. Personally, I think it's worth exploring other parts of Okinawa as well, and that spending just a few days in Naha is enough. In my other videos, I'll show you more of the island and its nature, which looks very different from the area around Naha. If you're staying in Naha for a few days, I definitely recommend adding the places from this video to your itinerary. One of the easiest ways to do that is by booking a tour that combines Okinawa World with several other interesting attractions in this part of the island. That's exactly what I did, and it turned out to be a great decision. Our guide didn't provide much information, but I was able to look everything up myself online, and I didn't have to worry about the logistics. If you're not traveling solo, renting a car is another great option. It gives you the freedom to create your own itinerary and visit even more interesting places in southern Okinawa, many of which, unfortunately, aren't included in any organized tours. During my 2-week trip around Okinawa, I explored different parts of the island, getting around by bus and doing a lot of walking. Looking back, I'd honestly rank it as one of the best travel experiences I've ever had. It's not just the incredible nature, rich history, unique culture, and amazing food that make Okinawa special. More than anything, it's the people, their mindset, and the atmosphere across the entire island. There's simply nowhere else quite like it. If you'd like to see more of Okinawa, check out my other videos on Instagram and YouTube. You can also read my book, where I share stories from my travels across multiple continents, along with plenty of practical travel hacks that can help you on your own adventures.